So, we are on a little vintage guitar safari here. We're in the wilds of Vancouver Island. And rumor has it, somewhere in these woods, there might be a 1962 Fender Jazzmaster, as well as a couple vintage Fender tube amps, Deluxe, Princeton, and maybe some other stuff. So, we're going to see where the trail takes us, and I'm excited. Hopefully there's going to be some cool stuff. All right, so this is the Jazzmaster. Let's check it out. Oh yeah.
That velour's lost a little bit of its sheen, but
A little bit. Still doing its job though.
it's still doing its job.
Wow, look at the fretboard on that. Yeah. That Brazilian is like, it's like circles emanating from there. It's a very interesting piece of Brazilian. That pickguard is definitely original.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, if you ever end up peeling it apart, you got to be careful because it is
You can
grabby
see,
in some spots.
yeah, that's sort of like a little bit of separation.
Yeah.
There. That's cool. Do you know the story on the refin on this?
I don't know the refin story, unfortunately.
So when you got it, it was already refinished?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I inherited this from a friend of ours who passed away a while back.
That's right, you were telling me.
So it's, I don't know all the history. I actually have a pile of paperwork, and he kept notes of a gazillion things. I haven't gone through everything yet. There's photographs, there's all sorts of stuff to kind of like of documenting all this stuff.
Looks like it was done quite a long time ago.
That's for sure an old refin, for sure.
Yeah, really old.
You can tell even
all this wear is like post refin.
Yeah, and you can see the deckling on the heads kind of peeled away as well, and
yeah, as it does. That's cool. Wonder if those are original.
the machine heads.
Yeah. Screws look original.
Yeah.
The tuners are pretty darn clean. That's great. Have you had this opened up before?
Oh yeah. Well, you saw all the pictures of it all opened up, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I love Jazzmaster trims. They're so cool. So smooth and so much character. What a great piece. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So here we are, Jonathan Lindsay here at Tapestry Music. So fresh off a road trip, as you just saw in the intro there. We're over on Vancouver Island doing a trip to our Victoria store, and it was perfect. We were able to tee it up with one of our clients to pick up some vintage gear to bring on consignment here to the Vancouver shop. And we came away with some beautiful stuff and thought we'd like to show it to you today. The main feature is this 1962 Jazzmaster, and it seems to be the theme this week. We just did a video on a 1962 Fender Jazz bass, so if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check it out. We'll put a link in here for you to see that, because that's a beautiful instrument as well. And it's really from the golden era, the heyday of Fender, the late 50s, early 60s. 62 is one of those magic years that Fender keeps reissuing over and over again, and this is a great example of one of those guitars. And this is what we'd call like a player's grade version of these guitars. It's been refinished, and it's not the original finish, so it brings the price down, but it brings it into somewhere in the realm where a player can actually play it. And these guitars often excite me more than the pristine museum type pieces do. There's generally really great stories with them, and it was really fun going on the journey to see this guitar, find out some of the history. You know, been through a few owners, a lot of sentimental value, and we really appreciate that we were able to take care of it and you know, steward this on to the next owner. So that's really exciting. So let's talk about the guitar. Olympic white and the matching headstock, which I think is really cool. I love it when these surf era guitars get that matching headstock. Now, one of the key things from this era is this was when they were still using Brazilian rosewood for the fingerboard. And this is a slab board, so it's flat across the bottom. And hopefully we can get some close-up photos or video of this for you, because the grain on this is unlike any grain I've seen before. It's really cool. It sort of starts in circles here and then goes outwards, like it was cut like right from the center of the tree. It's a very interesting cut, and it's a very cool one to take a look at. So that's a very nice piece for this guitar. The maple on the neck's in great condition. The tuners look like they've been replaced with reissue tuners at some point in time. I don't see any Clusson markings on here, and they're in pretty great shape for the age, so it tells me that these are likely to be some reproduction tuners. But this pickguard is very much the original pickguard. It's, you know, over the years, it's warped, it's shrunk, it's definitely showing its age. The back plate, it's split from a little bit there, but it's got that great, great character of the old tortoiseshell, which looks fantastic on the Olympic white. The upper circuit here, I've had this open. So this is the original upper circuit, the jazz circuit as they called it, because these guitars were actually intended to be for jazz guitar players in the beginning. But funny enough, jazz players really didn't take to them, and it's really the surf crowd that took to these guitars. So that jazz circuit, I think, was never really used that much. I'll play it for you in a minute so you can hear it. But it's really the controls down here that were used. And these were used a lot, of course, so the pots in here have been replaced with some new ones, as I would expect on a guitar like this. It looks like these knobs are later knobs as well. But the bridge, these pickups are the original ones. These are the black bobbins on the bottom, which are from the early 60s there. And even the foam in here is original. So the foam is quite disintegrated. It could definitely, if a player is going to be using this guitar, it's probably time to move on to some new foam so we can get these pickups adjusted a little nicer. But it's still the original foam in there, which is cool. There's some metal on the inside there to keep some of the noise down. These have been very noisy pickups historically, but it's pretty decent noise on these ones in terms of how much there is. So that is working in there. And then we've got my favorite part of a Jazzmaster, this tremolo system. Just sounds beautiful. It's really smooth. We got the original arm and bridge on there. So very cool guitar. The other curiosity with this one, now it looks like this was refinished a very long time ago. We don't know exactly when, but there's plenty of wear on it since. My guess is that it would probably had been maybe refinished in the 1970s, maybe 80s at the latest. But even the name or the neck plate here, so it's got the correct area serial number. It's a 7000 series, but on the inside it does have stamped repro. So for some reason that was replaced along the line. It'd be nice to know, some of the stories that this guitar could tell, because it's got a whole lot of them. But let's plug this in. Actually, I'm already plugged in, and this is the amp it came with. This is great. This is a 1968 Fender Deluxe Reverb. This is what they call the drip edge era. So it's got that little metal edging around there like you used to see on some of the cars from the era that have that edge along the top for the rain to drip down on. They got rid of that a little bit later, and as you can see next to it, we also have a 1972 Princeton Reverb, which also from that silver face era, but they went away with the drip edge at that point in time. But these are very sought after amps, particularly something like a 68, because the guts of these were really largely unchanged from the black panel ones of pre-CBS. Give it a chance to warm up.
Yeah.
It's old, like all of us.
Yeah.
Cool.
That works.
And does it show off the reverb? Yeah, that works
That's
real
clean.
good.
That one's clean, yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, that one's working a charm.
Yep.
Nice and loud and clean and clear. Heck of a reverb. Reverb for days.
I was gonna say, it's got enough to go around and then some.
I know. Great combo here with the Jazzmaster and the Deluxe. Let's take a listen to it. I'm going to start on the regular circuit down here on the neck pickup. And start without the tremolo there. Awesome tone. So that's volume up, tone all the way up. Now you'll notice, if I flip this up here, we're still in the neck pickup. Right away, top end gets cut quite a bit. And this was the jazz preset, so they figured to be playing jazz on here. And we can go really dark with it. Back to regular. What a difference. And interestingly enough, after all these years, players like Bill Frisell have actually come around to use Jazzmasters quite a bit on modern jazz. So it's an interesting turn of fate. Anyways, let's check out the middle position. And Jazzmaster was actually one of the first guitars to have a reverse round, reverse polarity pickup setup, so you get that hum canceling in the middle. Now, I gather a lot of the early ones were pretty hit and miss because they didn't really know how to wire them up, but this one definitely has great noise reduction when you go in the middle. We'll flip it over to the bridge now. Now, as I mentioned, the foam is quite disintegrated in there because it's the original foam. And what I would do, if this is my guitar, I'd probably replace that foam, get that bridge pickup a little bit higher because it's sitting down a bit lower than the neck pickup, so it's not going to get quite as loud, just to give you some context here. Still has that great tone. I could actually turn this up a little bit to compensate. Might be the ticket here. Sweet. I really enjoy playing Jazzmasters, whether you're playing them for jazz, surf music, or pretty much anything. It's a really nice, little different alternative to a Stratocaster or a Tele. This is a great example of a classic 1962 at a player's grade. Beautiful guitar, great sound, paired with a classic amp like that. It's a really, it's a treat to play. So another fantastic vintage piece we've got in here at the new Main Street store of Tapestry Music right now in Vancouver. Make sure you come by and check out some of the other guitars in the vintage collection we have right now. And if you have some vintage pieces you're looking to sell, come and see me and we can work something out. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.